What's up, BaliSpirit Fest? Who's ready for some poetry? My name is Adam Roa, and I love festivals. Who's having a great time at BaliSpirit Fest? One of my favorite things about festivals, transformational festivals, is the awareness that we gain. When we have awareness, we have an opportunity to make new choices. So we come to these festivals, we have workshops, we listen to speakers, maybe hear some poetry, and develop a new sense of awareness. And it's important to recognize that awareness is not change. You will leave this festival with the new awareness that you have, and it's through the choices that you make that you experience lasting change. And so what I'm here to do today is share some poetry with all of you and plant some seeds of awareness, because I've been here in Bali for about a month now, going to some of the most beautiful places, the beaches, the rivers, the cities, and everywhere I've gone, it's broken my heart. I've seen plastic. I've seen plastic everywhere. Anyone else seen a lot of plastic? And so this poem was inspired from the plastic. Everyone take a nice deep inhale. I'll say it again like I've said it before. There are dead animals washing up on the ocean shore. I wonder if people make the connection to their purchase in the convenience store. I wonder what switch in me flipped to see that inconvenient connection more and more. Chemicals sprayed onto food that is made into more chemicals they'd like us to think is food. Take those chemicals and place them in plastic wrappers, put inside of plastic bags, purchase them with plastic cards, drive them home in gas-fueled cars, use them once and then discard. And then we take the plastic and we put it into plastic bags, put out in the plastic cans, picked up by the trash can man using plastic gloves to hide his human hands. Unfortunately, there's no way to decay the trash that's picked up by the trash can man when we dump it out in landfills lined with plastic, man. And so what we're actually doing is driving our piles of plastic to more piles of plastic stretched out for miles and miles, because that plastic has lasted longer than the people who made it. They're all buried in caskets. And maybe you think this poem's quite drastic, or maybe you think that I have gone batshit, but I'm simply asking the question, why are we doing this? When's the last time you asked it? Thank you. Anyone else kind of get, feels that trigger to get pissed off when you're driving somewhere beautiful and there's just plastic fucking everywhere? Yeah. And I see that, and I used to get really, really angry, get really upset. How do these people not know what they're doing? The clean water that is very quickly not being available, not clean anymore. How do they not know what they're doing? And I used to get very angry. And again, awareness gives us choice. That is going to be my message of this entire 15, 20 minutes I have here. Awareness gives us choice. And so the awareness that I had that switched this for me was in recognizing that everyone is choosing love. No matter what the action is, everyone is choosing love. And it took me a long time to get to the place where I could actually see it, but that's what inspired this poem. Can I have everyone take a nice deep breath in? Why don't more people believe in love? Above all else, this is the question I have felt stirring deep in my heart. Why don't more people believe in love? Because if a person knew love was real, why would they choose to feel anything else? I guess I get to ask myself that very same question. The lessons of love repeat themselves, and yet still I question my own beliefs that I've held on to for so long. The songs tell us the history of love. The movies show us the mystery of love. The art on this planet has granted us access to a collective heart we've been handed, but instead of handling it with care, we filled it with despair, and there have been so many unanswered cries for help, it feels safer not to care. Collectively, we have turned our backs on the meek, taken advantage of the weak, and told the timid not to speak. But love can't be silenced. And so through the generations of violence, there's been a message so timeless that beats deep inside us, and with each beat reminds us that love is still here. Loud and clear, that message rings out. Love is still here. It is near to each of us, and if we look through our fear, it reaches us. So why are so many people still afraid? The way they behave can't be love, can it? I try to understand it, but damn it, it hurts to see us pillage this planet endlessly, torture animals senselessly, kill people for the color skin we see, fueling bigotry while poverty leaves children homeless on the sidewalks. We ignore them so we cannot see their hungry eyes, watch us eat ourselves into obesity. Yet in it all, I see the love. We bought the thing to feel worthy of the thing we bought. We ate the food to elevate our mood and ignore the inner war being fought. We have attacked those who think differently because feeling connected meant that the pain we see in them must be the pain I feel in me. And it hurts. It hurts to want to help and not know how. It hurts to want to run and have nowhere to go. And so we have numbed ourselves through violence, ignorance, food, sex, drugs, and whatever we could to not feel the pain. And that has been our act of self-love. And it seems insane that we would choose to love ourselves through abuse, but simply turn on the news and notice the patterns. They are clues that if we don't know how to win, we are born to lose. And so we can have empathy for those who feel empty, because when they act out, they are simply acting from love the best they know how. And what you and I can do right now is not allow ourselves to forget that even our worst enemies are choosing it. Everyone is choosing love the best they can with the tools they've got. And so they definitely believe in love. It might be me that forgot. Thank you. I have one more poem for you. And so we have this awareness, I've developed this awareness that everyone's choosing love. Everyone is choosing love the best they can. They can have the exact opposite of opinion from me of how that looks, how they go about it. And yet I know that it's coming from a place of them loving themselves or loving their family or loving their country or loving their religion, whatever it is. And our capacity to love others is limited only by our capacity to love ourselves. When I look out and I see people acting from a space of pain, to numb that pain, by loving myself more deeply, by understanding myself and how I act when I'm deep in pain, I have compassion. I see how they're acting, and I can show up as love. And that happens by learning to love myself, learning to love the parts of myself that I used to turn a blind eye to, the parts of myself I used to be embarrassed by. As I learn to accept myself more, I learn to accept everyone else more, because we are all reflections of each other. And so this poem is a reminder to all of you that the change you want to see out in the world starts internally with how deeply you can fall in love with yourself. This poem is called You Are Who You've Been Looking For. Nice deep breath in. You are who you've been looking for. So stop looking for more unless you're looking in a mirror, because it's about time for you to see clearly that you are who you've been looking for. And that empty feeling you got, that hole in your chest, you only got that feeling because you think you're not blessed with everything you need. You see, we live in a consumerist society, which means they need you to buy stuff. And the easiest way to sell it is to tell you you're not enough. Buy this car, you'll get girls. Buy this bra, you'll get guys. And we're seeing it so much that we start believing these lies, but the truth is, the makeup they're selling to make you feel prettier is the same makeup you buy to stop feeling shittier about this lie they keep telling you that you are not enough. And what about the movies we watch, all the shows on TV? The more I watch, the more I see I need you to complete me. And yes, love is the answer. Love is the key. But if you can't love yourself, how can you ever love me? And loving yourself, what does that even mean? Like massages and selfies and that sort of thing? Because the more I think about it, the more it feels weird. I've always been taught that self-love was something to be feared. I've been taught that arrogance is bad and vanity, it's not good. And even my bracelets are telling me to act how Jesus would. So what should I do? How should I act? I'm supposed to love myself, but how do I even do that? Well, I got a trick that I picked up from a friend who noticed that I was quick to defend her when she would say something negative about herself. She'd say, I'm so dumb, and I'd say, you're so brilliant. She'd say, I'm so weak, and I'd say, you're so resilient. And when she said, I feel ugly, and I said, you look beautiful, she asked me why I was so dutifully filling up her cup constantly and yet treating my own cup so irresponsibly. Because when I looked in a mirror, my voice was quite clear. You're ugly, you're too thin, your hairline's receding, and you got a pimple on your chin. And that was when she gave me a piece of advice that changed my life. She gave me a hug, and she said, treat yourself like someone you love. Treat yourself like someone you love. And now I had been standing, but I needed to be sitting because I couldn't believe that I had been letting myself keep forgetting that I was who I'd been looking for. And deep in my core, I knew it was time to stop looking for more until I could look through all my fear and look into a mirror and see clearly that the man looking back at me is the only one who can make me happy, and I am already enough. And I'm not any more special or unique than you. That's why I'm here to speak to you. You are already enough. And when you start to see that, you will start to be that. Your world will get brighter, your load will get lighter, and you can see that with life, you can be a lover, not a fighter. And that life, you deserve it. Because you are worth it. And there's no point in letting yourself keep forgetting, because no matter what you say or do, you are perfect. And so today, I hope I leave you with a direction correction away from the flaws you see in your reflection. They aren't flaws to me. They are simply protection against all the doubts you have of your perfection. So start today. Take a good long look in the mirror and say, I am who I've been looking for.